So Bitcoin's down 1.7% today. I want to share this article with you guys. This is saying Bitcoin has three main flaws. And I want you guys to tell me in the comments if you agree with these as flaws or if you actually see them as things that Bitcoin can overcome or if you think that they're really not even issues right now. So the CNBC article says Bitcoin is not as anonymous as people think it is, according to Eswar Prasad, a professor at Cornell University. Other issues include the fact that Bitcoin mining is extremely bad for the environment and it doesn't work well as a currency. So the first thing that they say here is, number one, the main reason that Bitcoin has flaws is that Bitcoin harms the environment. Bitcoin mining refers to the energy-intensive process required to produce new coins. The electricity used when transactions are validated on the blockchain, as well as the mining process, is certainly not good for the environment. Remember, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said last month that his car company, Tesla, will stop accepting Bitcoin until they can tame these environmental concerns from the mining. So that's the first thing. Crypto miners here, it says, use purpose-built computers to solve complex math equations that effectively enable a coin transaction to go through. The miners are rewarded for their efforts. However, the entire process used to create a Bitcoin requires a lot of energy and can consume more power than entire countries, such as Finland and Switzerland. Now, those are also two really green countries, right? Keep that in mind as well. Now, you have to look at the other hand, the other cryptocurrencies potentially. On the other hand, it says Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency, is coming up with a different method of mining that requires less energy. So maybe that's a reason why Ethereum might be the future more than Bitcoin. Just an idea. It's called proof of stake, and it's the underlying mechanism for Ethereum that activates so-called validators on the network if they can prove that they hold Ether or a stake. Ultimately, it should remove the need for vast amounts of computing power needed to validate transactions. Ethereum claims that it will use 99.95% less energy than before. So the first beef with it is that Bitcoin mining is not good for the environment, and other cryptocurrencies could prove to be more green in their mining process in the future. So that's the first beef with Bitcoin. The second beef is that it's not so anonymous. It says earlier this month, U.S. law enforcement officials said that they were able to recover $2.3 million in Bitcoin that they paid to that group who hacked the Colonial Pipeline. The FBI agents were able to identify a virtual currency wallet that the hackers used to collect payment for the hack, for the Colonial Pipeline issue. Where it says here, the main idea of Bitcoin was to provide pseudo-anonymity. But it turns out that if you use a lot of Bitcoin, and especially if you use Bitcoin to get any real goods or services, then it does become possible to eventually link your address or physical identity to your digital identity. So it's not as anonymous as people think. What's interesting, he said, is that there are other cryptocurrencies trying to fix this. Again, just like Ether fixes potentially that mining problem, other cryptocurrencies are trying to make it more anonymous for us as the user. So Bitcoin really has set off something of a search for a better alternative, and people seem to be on the lookout for a medium of exchange that does not require them to go through a trusted institution like a government or bank. But it's just not there yet with Bitcoin. I totally agree with that. And the third beef with Bitcoin is it doesn't work well as a currency. I definitely agree with this one too. It's more like an investable asset. It's like digital gold. It says here, Bitcoin is prone to wild swings and volatility seen by these 30% plunges like we saw last month in a single day. How can a currency lose 30% of its value in a day? It's not a currency. It's an investment vehicle at that point. So these are the three beefs that this guy from CNBC is talking about and why he thinks Bitcoin has flaws. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Is the mining a flaw? Is the pseudo-anonymity a flaw? And the idea that it's a currency, does that make it a flaw? I don't think the third one personally makes it a flaw. I just think it makes it not a currency. That's all it is. It's more of an investment vehicle, a savings vehicle, potentially. But I want to know what you guys think. Hit the comments and let me know. Is Bitcoin flawed, and does a future cryptocurrency like Ethereum 2.0 or something else take its place and become the cryptocurrency? Or maybe is it a Fed dollar, like we've talked about a lot this week? Or do you think this guy is just a anti-Bitcoin guy and you're a maximalist and you think that Bitcoin has no flaws? Bitcoin is perfect. It's perfect money. It's sound money. Tell me in the comments what you guys think. I appreciate it.